Today marks the start of another project here at Battleship Cove. One that actually hopefully will benefit not only our museum, but a lot of other museums in the fleet of museum ships. What we're going to be doing basically is setting up a full 3D printing lab. We're going to try to do both types of printers, FDM and SLA, have a bunch of machines for doing 3D editing, making the actual models that we'll be using, set up a server that we can have so all the other museums can access it, and have a repository of parts so anybody with a 3D printer can print the parts that we can no longer get for our museum ships. So it's probably going to be a couple months getting this room into shape. It's been a little bit of a process trying to find the space where we could put it that would meet our requirements, that we can heat, has 24-hour power on the ship, because at night we turn off the ship to save electricity, obviously. So this is the space that we got. It's not the prettiest, but we'll get it back to what it formerly was. It used to be a bunk room up on the superstructure of the battleship. So let me give you a quick tour of the surroundings and you'll see what we're going to do with the place. So let me flip the camera around. So here's heading aft on the ship of the compartment. It's going to form kind of a dual purpose. Right now, most of these lockers are going to come out. We're going to set up a couple benches over in here. This is mostly going to be for some of the restoration efforts. We're going to set this up as kind of like a paint room / sandblasting. And we're going to put basically a bulkhead across this compartment to get that separated from where we're going to be doing the 3D printing and all the other computers. So if we close this hatch... Basically, from this hatch back is going to be the 3D printing lab. So obviously you can see we have quite a bit of stuff to move out of here. It's kind of become a little bit of a catch-all of things. Staging, some lockers that were in the mid-process of being restored, some sandblasting material, just random stuff. I think there's even a stencil punch back there. But we just got to go through, clean it all out. The paint is all coming off, so we're going to completely strip the whole compartment. We're going to repaint it. We're going to get the heaters back in here working again, put some extra LED lighting in, get the original lighting working just so the compartment is historically restored, and then we'll adapt it for our needs. Not really deleting or removing any equipment. We'll mainly be putting desks in the room and things like that. We're not going to modify the actual compartment any, aside from the partition we'll put across, but that's going to be completely removable. The deck needs to be needle gunned, and then it also needs to be redone. So there's fairly good amount of work to do in here. But figure a couple weeks we'll probably have the main chipping and get some of the primer down and maybe have a base coat of paint down. Then we can, after the room's painted, we can start moving all the equipment in. But like I said, it's just, this desk is going to stay. It's not original, but it's pretty much welded there, so we can put printers on it. It's at the right height, so we're just going to leave it in place. But this bulkhead's going to be stripped down. It's just covered in all kinds of layers of paint. Same thing. So all this equipment will be coming out, cleaned up. It looks a lot worse than it is. It's mostly just flaking paint. There's not really any rust or rot in here. We kind of luck out there, unlike some other areas of the ship that we're currently repairing, which you'll see in other videos, mainly the 5-inch loaders where the deck was completely rotted through. But it's mostly just some surface rust here by the hatch where water used to get in, but it's since been sealed. So it's just a quick tour of what we're going to be doing. We'll be filming the videos as we go along with this one. During the restoration process, we'll probably set up a time lapse too that we'll try to run and keep going under normal progression. So if you like to follow along, we're welcome to have you. And as always, let me flip the camera around again. If you feel like volunteering, feel free to send us your name at Battleship Cove's website or link, comment in the videos. And if you ever want to come down and you're in the Fall River area in Massachusetts and help out, we're always willing to take on volunteers. We can find any task for anybody, from painting, electrical work, electrician, electronic, you name it. If you've got the skills, or you're former Navy, even if you're just somebody that was interested in how these ships work, we can always use volunteers. There's never enough. Trust me, this ship is very large, and we've got more than one ship here. So if you have any interest in submarines, destroyers, or battleships, this is the place for you. Thanks.